Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be looking at 5 signs that you are self-sabotaging yourself from getting into that healthy relationship that you actually want. So I believe by the end of this video, you will recognize these signs because sometimes people don't know that they're actually self-sabotaging, while other people probably know, but they don't know what to do about it. So I hope that by the end of this video, you will recognize these signs and you actually stop doing it because you deserve a healthy relationship. You deserve to be in that relationship. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're joining me for the first time, my name is Prophet and I'm a relationship coach, and it's my desire to see you build a healthy relationship that leads to a successful marriage that lasts a lifetime. So I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button so that you'll be notified the next time I upload a video like this video if you enjoy it in the process, and share it with your friends so that they can also learn from this video. So without wasting much of your time today, let's dive into the video. Yeah, so the first sign that you are actually self-sabotaging yourself from getting into that relationship you desire is that you are ignoring your own growth. Yes, you are ignoring your own growth. See, life is all about growth. Life is all about trying to be the better version of yourself every single day. You're supposed to be making an improvement to your life through small characters, through small habit adjustments. You want to work on yourself every single day to ensure that you become a better version of yourself. And if you're not doing this intentionally, then you are self-sabotaging yourself. And how does this come into play? Here is the thing. A lot of people want to be loved a certain way. A lot of people want to be accepted a certain way. But the truth is that the person you really want might not want to be with the kind of person you are right now. But then they probably would want to be with the kind of person that you can potentially become. Yes. Because a lot of people are stuck in their ways. They don't want anybody to tell them, to teach them, to help them. So you have to ask yourself, am I somebody who is open to growth? Because one of the biggest enemies so many people will face in their marriage is growth. You see a lot of people today in their marriage and they'll tell you that we outgrew each other or that we grew apart. Growth will constantly happen as we are human beings because we keep evolving. That's one thing about human beings. We'll keep evolving. Knowledge will keep coming. And if you're somebody who is not open to growth as a person, you might end up with somebody who is open to growth and they keep growing and they outgrow you in that relationship. It's not, when I say outgrow, I'm not talking about in height or whatever. I'm talking about intellectually, emotionally. They keep improving themselves until they improve themselves to the point where you, if you're not improving yourself, there will be a gap in knowledge, there will be a gap in understanding. So you want to make sure that you are growing every day. Don't expect people to just accept you the way you are, especially if you are somebody who has a toxic behavior. People don't be there and saying, accept me the way I am. If you can't accept me the way I am, then you're not for me. I mean, yeah, people will probably have to accept you the way you are, but then are you a healthy person when it comes to your emotions, your character, your finances, your calling, and everything that has to do with making a relationship work? Are you healthy in those areas? Because the person you want, if they have worked on themselves and they are healthy, they are looking for somebody else who is healthy. So you can't keep wanting somebody and then you are not working on yourself to become a version that that person will probably want to, and in a version of yourself that actually makes you a better person. Because I'm not encouraging changing for people to be with them. No, I'm encouraging you working on yourself to become the best version of yourself so that whoever you want probably will see that version of you and probably will be attracted to that version if that's what they want to. So if you're not improving yourself every day, if you're not working on yourself every day, you are intentionally self-sabotaging yourself from ending up in a healthy relationship. The second one is fear of vulnerability. A lot of people are afraid to open up in relationship, maybe due to past hurts, maybe due to past experiences. But the truth is that vulnerability is the key to deep intimacy. Some of you might have heard me say this over and over again because I believe that the only way you really get to understand your partner, the only way you really get to build deep intimacy is if you are totally open to each other. The Bible said that Adam and Eve were together at the garden and they were naked. How I interpret that is that they were both vulnerable to each other. He said they were naked and they were not ashamed. So I interpret it to be they were vulnerable, they were open, and they were not ashamed. So you need to get to a point where you can be vulnerable with your partner and not be ashamed. You need to get to a point where both of you can be vulnerable to each other and still hold each other at high standards, at high esteem. Because I know a lot of people are scared of being vulnerable because the moment they open up to people, the other person might start looking down at them and all those kind of things. So in as much as you want to build that vulnerability, you want to open up, you need to find somebody else who is on that same wavelength with you, who is open to be vulnerable and understand that vulnerability doesn't mean weakness. That vulnerability doesn't mean that you are not special anymore or that they start looking down on you. No, you want somebody who also is vulnerable and understand that it's not weakness, it's actually strength that will help both of you grow intimately. So for you, if you want to build that deep connection, you need to stop self-sabotaging yourself and open yourself up to people who you care about, people that you want to spend the rest of your life with. You can test them with little information here and there to see their capacity on how they handle things. I'm not saying get involved with people and then open your life like, oh, this is me. I killed. I, I did that. I did that. Or, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you get involved with people, start little. Start revealing some truth to them. Start being open with them. Start being honest with them. Open yourself up to them gradually, step by step, to see how they manage those things you share with them until the point when both of you get to a point where you can actually be very open with each other. And I want to say this very, very importantly: ensure that you are vulnerable with somebody who is vulnerable with you, because you don't want to be weaponizing or giving somebody the weapon to mess up your life tomorrow. Because somebody who is you are being vulnerable to and they are not being vulnerable to you, you're just handing them the key to destroy you. So ensure that whoever you are getting involved with, that you are dating or you want to get married to, that as you are being vulnerable to them, they're also being vulnerable to you, because that shows you that both of you trust each other to that point where you can share those deep things with each other. So don't self-sabotage. Learn to be vulnerable. Find somebody that you can connect with and open yourself up to that person. The third one is unrealistic preferences. I know some people might think I want to say unrealistic standards. No, I'm not talking about standards right now, because I don't think any standard is unrealistic. Every standard is realistic. But for you to understand what I mean by this statement, you need to check out my video where I explained the difference between standard, fantasies, and preferences. A deep understanding will help you understand that no standard is too high. No standard is too high, because standards are objective. They are things that every individual actually desire, every sane individual actually desire in a healthy relationship. Where we usually get it confused is when it comes to preferences, what people prefer. So that's why I said you probably might be self-sabotaging yourself if your preferences are unrealistic. And what I mean preferences, I'm talking about personal likes and dislikes that you have, things that you want from a partner, but then they don't necessarily contribute or determine if you will have a healthy relationship or not. I know some of you have preferences of getting married to tall men for ladies. Some men have preferences of getting married to women who will end up in the kitchen and all those kind of stuff. All I'm saying is that ensure that whatever preference you are holding on to doesn't keep you single that long, because they are unrealistic. Standards are rooted in reality, while preferences can be rooted, a part of it can be rooted in reality, while some of it are unrealistic. So you just want to be sure that the part of the preferences that you are holding on to are not the ones that are more towards the unrealistic side of things. For those of you that want tall men, you have to ask yourself, how many tall men do I have around me? Or how many tall men are approaching me? Something like that. Just you have to just ask yourself some of those questions. You want somebody who's earning six figure? Ask yourself, have I ever been with somebody earning six figures? How many of them are around? What's the percentage? Just try. Most times when you have those preferences, allow reality to inform your preferences. That's what I would say. I don't have any issue with anybody having preferences. I don't have any issue with you having preferences. They are good. We all have preferences. But I want you to ensure that your preferences are informed by reality. Ensure that when you prefer something, ask yourself, amongst everybody requiring those things, or amongst what's the realistic level of you actually getting that thing when you check the people out there and see if it's possible. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if this makes sense. I hope it does. I hope you get this. But the summary of it is that ensure you test your preferences to ensure that they are not unrealistic. Because if they're unrealistic, then you probably are self-sabotaging without even knowing it. The fourth thing that shows that you are probably self-sabotaging is that you're always focusing on the negative aspect of things when it comes to relationship. Are you the kind of person who, maybe because of past experiences, You are always on the defensive mode, and also you are always on the negative side. Like you're always thinking that something negative will happen. I know some people who are in relationships with healthy people that want the best for them. But because of their past experiences and because of the traumas they have encountered in life, they are always expecting the worst to happen. So they are almost never enjoying the relationship because they are waiting for their partner to do something wrong to prove them right. So they are waiting for the partner to just make one mistake so that they can say, yes, you see, I said it. He will do it. He's like every other person. Or, yes, she will do it. She's like every other lady I've been with. You are not going to help yourself living that way. You have to let go of whatever negativity you have towards relationship if you want to enjoy it, and see every single individual that walk into your life as a new person who doesn't have anything against you until they prove you otherwise. You cannot allow your past experiences to hold you hostage of the blessings God is bringing before you. So don't spend 5 years of your relationship hoping that your partner or thinking that your partner will hurt you when you can actually spend that 5 years enjoying the whole relationship, enjoying the marriage. I hope you're not spending 5 years in a relationship though. But like I mean, when I say relationship, I'm talking about marriage and the rest. So I hope you're not spending a majority of your lifetime hoping or trying to see if your partner will hurt you. Instead, spend it enjoying the whole thing. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. Have fun. Enjoy the experience. And if eventually in the future something happens and it goes wrong, you will be happy you enjoyed those times than living in misery throughout the whole lifespan of the relationship just to end up saying, I said it will happen. No, don't always be on the negative side. Be on the positive side. Be optimistic that this time around is working out fine. Even if it doesn't, still be optimistic. I know our heart sometimes can sink and we're afraid of what could happen. I just want to encourage you, try all you can, try your best to stay on the positive side. I know it's easy to fall on the negative side. The Bible said, I heard it the other day, I didn't even know it was there in the Bible, that we don't believe the truths. Jesus was telling the disciples, or is it the Pharisees, that he's telling them the truth, but they don't believe. I'll find that passage and I will link it. He was telling them that I'm telling you the truth, but you don't believe the truth. But then you believe the lies of the devil. It's so easy for us to believe the lies of the enemy, but so hard for us to believe the truth that God is telling us. So I don't want you to stay on the negative side and believe all the lies that yourself, your mind, your emotions are telling you, and ignore the truth that is before you. So try as much as possible to leave the negative side and step towards the positive side. You will enjoy a healthier relationship that way, and you will not self-sabotage yourself. The next one is pushing people away, intentionally pushing people away. I mean, there are some people out there that they enjoy the initial stage of the talking stage, the getting to know you stage, but then when they start realizing that somebody is getting too close and they are developing feeling, they start pushing the person away. You're self-sabotaging. See, allow yourself to be loved. Allow yourself to be loved. Allow yourself to be loved. You deserve it. You deserve to be loved. Allow yourself. You don't have to self-sabotage it. Yeah, they are getting so close. You're feeling the butterfly. You're feeling the emotion. Allow it. Allow it. You don't have to cut it off. You don't have to start playing games. You don't have to start doing all those tests to see if they will fail. You set them up with your best friend to see if that your best friend will get them to sleep with them, or all those kind of tests, games you people play these days. You don't have to play all those games. You don't have to find a way to push them out. You don't have to find a way to say, yes, I'm good. Yes, yes, you proved me right. Forget about games. Allow yourself to be loved. Stop pushing people that are coming into your life with good intentions away. I mean, if you're pushing somebody out when they have good intentions, that means you have some internal work to do. I hope you know, right? You have some internal work to do. And I hope you do that work because, like I said, you deserve to be loved. Allow yourself to be loved. Allow yourself to be loved. So stop playing games. And the bonus point for today will be self-criticism. See, my dear, give yourself some break. Extend grace to yourself. You deserve love. You deserve it. God knows that you deserve it. I mean, we all have insecurities, whether you like it or not. We all do have insecurities. Every single individual in this life have insecurity. You're not the only one. I have insecurities. I do. You do too. The next person standing beside you have too. We all have different insecurities that make us feel like we are not good enough. That we feel like if we change, that will transform our life. But the truth is that with some insecurities, even if that thing changes, you are not still free. Another thing will come up that will make you feel insecure again. So give yourself some grace. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be cared for. You have to learn how to speak grace to yourself. You have to learn how to extend grace to yourself. See, the truth of the matter is this: there is someone for everybody. You don't need to be the most beautiful person to have the most beautiful marriage. You don't need to be the most cute person to have the most cute husband. You don't need to be anything special to have the best. Sometimes the people that are even the most beautiful, that we term the most beautiful, are the ones that experienced the worst when it comes to relationships. So I want you to give yourself some break. Speak positively into your life. Don't allow your self-critics of yourself to make you feel like you don't deserve to be in a relationship or you don't deserve to be loved. God says that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. He made you himself. You were handcrafted by God. God finished you and said that the hair on your heads are numbered. He knows them. Number 558 fell down today. God knows. He thought you were that special. So God said that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. So give yourself some grace. You deserve love and you will love right. So let's recap. Number one, you're ignoring your growth. You're self-sabotaging. Number two, you are afraid of being vulnerable. You're self-sabotaging. Number three, you have unrealistic preferences. Number four, you're always focusing on negative things. Number five, you're always pushing people away. And number six, you are being too self-critical about yourself. Let these things go. Let them go. That's the solution. Let them go. Let them go. Invest in your growth. Invest every single day. Try to do something that makes you a better version of yourself. This could be little habits. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Start from the little things. Share little things. Open up gently, gradually, until you are able to open up fully. Ensure that they are opening up to you too. And then ensure that your preferences are rooted in reality. They are not the unrealistic things, so that they don't hold you back. Don't focus on the negative things. Focus on the positive side. Your heart will try to push you towards the negative side. Speak to yourself. I deserve love. Stay in the positive side. Don't push people away. When you see people are coming to you and you're developing feelings, allow it to come. Allow it to sink in. Enjoy it. You deserve it. And give yourself some grace. Speak positively to your heart. Speak positively to your spirit. Talk to yourself every morning. Talk to yourself every night. Be positive. You deserve it. And I hope by the end of this video, as we are coming to the end, that you have learned something special. All right, guys, check out this video. This and this. Subscribe, share, like, and hit the notification button. All right, guys.